All right, Amil.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Wonderful. I had my mute on for some reason. Yep, ready to go. Stoked.
All right, we're live right now.
Wonderful. Welcome everybody
Yeah.
joining in to Sactown Sports. This is Amil Fergoso, the 49ers beat reporter, as well with Nate Littlefield, our producer extraordinaire for the Return of the Empire podcast. Bang, 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 bang. Yes, yes, yes. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Because it is NFL schedule release day. It's finally happened. And long awaited thing to happen. They really dragged it out this year, but we finally have the schedules, Nate. And how are you feeling about it?
I like it. You pretty much know your opponents
Mm-hmm.
years in advance just because of how
Yeah.
the NFL works. But I'm happy they're not going overseas. I have it right here. I threw it up just so we can go over it.
Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not going overseas to play the Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's nice because that sucks because they're already the second most traveled team. This leaked like a day or two ago, but the Niners will be traveling the second most
Yep.
out of any team in the NFL this year, behind the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm pretty positive that is correct. Yes.
Yes, yeah, I checked it. I checked
Yeah.
my sources.
I like it.
Yes, I like it. I like the AFC teams we're playing. It's fun. It's fun that man, I was like, didn't we just play the Bengals like 2 years ago or something? But that was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And that's 4 years ago, so that makes sense. That's like okay, because every 4 years you go through each
That
AFC
was
division.
that was before Burrow was there.
No,
Was it not? I could
no,
swear it
Chase,
was.
it was Chase's rookie year
Was it Chase's rookie year?
because we had.
No.
Hold
Burrow
on,
was in the 2020 draft. Burrow was 2020 draft.
what am I thinking of then? Wait, when did the Niners? I'm mixing up my.
Hold on, I got you.
I
did not have this one in my encyclopedia, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you.
2021. They
Yeah,
went
2021.
OT. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
So it was
think
2 years
it's
ago.
sooner.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it was true. Okay. Yeah, that
was
makes
a
more
hotly
sense.
contested game. It was 26
Yes.
23. It was a really close game.
Overtime.
And that was a couple years ago before Burrow became Burrow to where he is right now. That was just as Burrow was coming onto the scene his second year in the league, coming off of that ACL tear, I believe. So it's going to be interesting to see with that game. But just overall, the schedule, I mean, you look at it and you go, strength of schedule wise, it's actually kind of nice. The Niners are the 15th highest strength of schedule, which is kind of where you want it to be for a team that was just in the NFC Championship game. You're not the Eagles, who have the worst schedule of all. I mean, their schedule's devastating. But for the Niners especially, you just look at the schedule and you look at the road trip and the away games and how kind of all over the place they are, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, they go here 1 week, then they're back home, then they go back out. I mean, their road trips weren't put together like they usually like it to be.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess I take the travel over playing a harder schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And being a West Coast team, you're going to travel the most. I'm pretty sure Seattle travels the most almost every single year.
Yeah, location, obviously.
Yeah, because of location. Yeah. I'm not. If that's the trade-off, I'll take the worst teams. I do think this team could start hot. Or you know what? With this whole quarterback issue, I think playing the Steelers early is nice. You know, the Rams, depending on where they're at, okay, that's a toss-up. No matter what, it's going to be a toss-up, especially being divisional. But Giants are tough but beatable.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals are very beatable despite being divisional.
They're thrown away next season. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Cowboys, that's where things start to really get like ramp up. I know the Giants are a good team, but I mean, Dallas is, they're Dallas. Everyone hypes them up. They're crazy. You know how it is. So I guess that's where things start to get real. The Browns are a big question mark. But I'm getting kind of maybe getting ahead of myself here.
No, I think it's all right. We got plenty of time here. Obviously, if you're just joining the YouTube chat, my name is Emiliano Fregoso, Emil Fregoso, 49ers beat writer for Sactown Sports, joined by Nate Littlefield, our producer extraordinaire for the Return of the Empire podcast, which is every week here on Sactown Sports, I should say. But yeah, the names, absolutely. Nate and Emil, the red outline too. I like.
You like that?
I like it a lot.
Did you like the little pre-show thing too?
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was loving it. I was absolutely loving it. A little content creation action from our own guy over here.
Yeah. You know.
But back to the schedule, right? So the Niners are notoriously slow starters. They were last year, and they were 4-4, I believe.
4-3. They were 3-4.
Thank you, 3-4. Yeah. I knew I had to win the going into it. Yep. And then they had this huge run. They're slow starters. All right. It's a slow starting team. So when you look at the schedule to start, you look at the game. Steelers probably winnable, but it's a tough game. It's in Pittsburgh. It's against an improved Kenny Pickett. You always know Mike Tomlin's up for game one. You got the Rams after that. You don't know what the Rams are really doing this next year with Stafford. If he can hold up, we'll see. But you're looking at the schedule and you just think, okay, there's some winnable games. There's going to be some tough games, especially in that stretch from week 12 to week 14. That's going to be a big, big decision maker, I think, especially considering Seattle's, proponent to try and win the NFC West this year. That's a big thing for them. Is they want to win the NFC West this year. They want to be in the playoffs. They want to, compete with Geno Smith. So having those guys back to back, essentially, obviously Philly in between, but having those guys back to back is a very, very kind of tough pill to swallow for the Niners, just because you don't like playing teams 2 out of 3 weeks.
Yeah. The Niners do this a lot. It seems like every year this happens with Seattle, and every year we play the Rams the last game of the year, pretty much.
Yeah. Cardinals was last year, but still.
Cardinals was last year? Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. And also the last 2 seasons we've kickstarted our season, or I guess jumpstart is a better way to put it, because the Niners have a cruddy season, and then we play the Rams and usually beat the Rams handedly, and then that's when the season starts to take off. That's not going to happen this year because they play the Rams in week 2 and week 18. Mm-hmm. So usually, so we can't count on that to happen again.
Yeah.
Not that is, matters a whole lot. It's just a weird coincidence. I like playing Washington late. That Ravens game on Christmas Day in week 16 is fascinating.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, I think
so much fun.
The one that really, really stands out, I'd say to everyone, the entire NFL fans, players, coaches, everyone is the week 13 matchup with the Eagles.
Yeah, 100%.
Kyle Shanahan talked about this yesterday, I think it was. He said that he's happy he's playing the Eagles week 13 rather than something like week 1.
Yeah.
Just so both these teams are established and they'll be able to
translation, so we can get Brock Purdy back and healthy.
Yes, exactly. You
got to read the tea leaves with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
It's pretty yeah.
So that is great. I like the week 9 bye.
Yes,
we've been getting some.
It was week 9 last year. Week 9 last year as well.
In previous years, it's been unfavorable. I do not like the week 4 bye. I don't like the early buys.
No.
For me, the sweet spot. I'm not a player, but it feels like as a fan, the sweet spot is 10 to 12.
Yes.
In that area, right? So 9, you're just on the cusp. You're just on the outside. I'll take 9. I'll totally take 9 after a tough. It's in between 2 tough games of 2.
Yeah.
I won't say powerhouses. One's a powerhouse and one is an up and coming tough team, much like the Giants are. So it's between the Bengals and the Jaguars. Week 8 Bengals. Week 10 Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Niners with the week 9 bye. So that's an interesting part of the schedule.
They're going to earn that week 9 bye. They're going to have to, at least. They got the Cowboys, the Browns, at Browns, at Vikings, and back home playing the Bengals. They're going to have to earn that week 9 bye. And if they go into week 9, say, I don't know, 5-3, 6-2, they feel really, really good going into that bye, obviously. And I think that's a very possible thing with this Niners team next season.
I totally agree. I think there'll be, like with any team, a couple of shocking, confusing losses, like the Atlanta loss last year.
Yes.
That's just the NFL, though. And in the moment, it's like, why did they lose? This is so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I could see one of those being I mean, Minnesota's a good team, but maybe losing to in that first 8 weeks,
Yeah.
like the Browns or something silly. We have to go cross from the week before it's San Francisco against Dallas. I know that'll be a huge emotional, big toll game, but you'd rather lose to an AFC team than an NFC team that will be competing
Absolutely.
for a playoff spot
Yep.
that like Dallas and like the Vikings, which the Browns are sandwiched in between.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Obviously, no game is a throwaway because of records and all that stuff, but they might see week 8 as a more of a throwaway if they get there on a really hot start because just going into the bye, like they want to obviously go into the bye on a hot streak, but week 9 it wouldn't be like the worst. Week 8 would be the worst thing to be like, we can just like not take our foot off the pedal a little bit here going into week 9 and then really push hard again because again they're a slow starting team. They want to hit their stride. Week 14, 15, 16, going into the playoff push. That's the goal of the Niners every single season.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I remember just this back half is really like hit or miss. Tampa Bay should be bad. Tampa Bay should be a pretty bad team, right?
It's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's Baker Mayfield
Or Kyle Trask, one of your two.
And it's oh my god, it's who's their head coach?
Todd Bowles.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is a pretty spotty.
Can't believe he's still there, honestly.
Really can't. So they should not be a great team. Both those Seattle games are going to be a war. I mean, yeah, I guess they are. They're pretty upset too, presumably, about the playoff loss.
If Niner fans are shrugging off Seattle like, oh, it's Geno Smith, we got to know. Take it seriously. Do not overlook the competition. Seattle is gunning for that top spot. The Niners will not, and they know this, they will not overlook Seattle on those two games. They know they want the top spot, and it would not be surprised to see them in a 1-2 race really close at that spot at the season.
Same thing with the Rams. Honestly, I feel like the Rams are not too far off from that. If they're healthy, they're going to be a good football team. They're going to be Stafford to Cup alone is incredibly dangerous. That's
True.
incredibly dangerous. McVay is a great coach. Obviously,
True.
He's the top 5-6 coach in the league.
Probably.
Yeah, and it's divisional. I keep saying it, divisional. You cannot underestimate like they're one of those Cardinals games might be close with the Niners, honestly, just because it's divisional. And Kyler Murray, every team struggles with mobile quarterbacks, especially the Niners.
Hey, you know Kyler is out, right?
What do you mean?
He tore his ACL.
What?
Kyler tore his ACL week 12 of last season. He tore it in the Patriots game. He's probably not playing for most of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why it's a throwaway.
I thought you meant like the other day. I was
no. He's on the recovery back.
Yeah.
But he won't be the same guy week 4, even week 15. Who knows if he's the same guy?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a 12 months out from his injury, and he's a mobile quarterback. You just never know with this stuff. So it's really going to be.
You got me there for a sec.
I thought you had like time blanked on something for a second there. I was like, wait a minute.
No, okay, yeah. Week 4, I kind of figured he'd be back. I know.
I have no clue. I really, seriously, they're not going to rush him back. And by the way they've done this offseason, it's pretty clear they're okay taking a loss this season, it seems like, in terms of just reestablishing the cap, reestablishing, depth and players and stuff. It's the first year of Gannon's reign. It's going to be a very up and down year.
Okay. What matchup sticks out most to you?
I mean, obviously week 13, but besides the obvious one, I mean, can we just take a moment to talk about how the Niners got somehow weaseled their way into 5 primetime games?
Not somehow. I mean, they deserve it.
They deserve
it. They are so flashy with superstars everywhere. That's what the NFL wants.
Yeah,
they want teams like that, and the Niners are one of the like historic NFL franchises.
Yeah,
right?
I should have said weasel. That's the wrong word. I should say they got into 5 games.
Yeah, 5 is a lot. 5
is tied for second most. Only the Raiders with 6 have more, which is surprising.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
that's either. Crazy.
So here's what sucks though with the Niners, and the Niners have already kind of Tabor Pep put it out there already that he's a little kind of side eye in it. 2 Thursday night games. 2 this season. There are 4.
I didn't catch that.
Week 3 and week 12, technically, because it's a Thanksgiving game. The
Okay.
Niners players and coaching staff notoriously hate Thursday games.
Yeah. Here's what's interesting though is that 12 I hate the word. I hate the adjective interesting. It's so uninteresting.
It's so
Yeah. Week 12 is Seattle and it is divisional again.
Yes.
So if you're going to have a team that it's nice to have them on a short week. It's nice to have a team on a short week is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So prep is different.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than if that was the Bengals that week, or really, and if any AFC team, the Jaguars, the Ravens, that's not a team the Niners play very often.
Yep.
It's nice to have a team you played 3 times last year, consistently 2 times every year. So
Yeah.
that's a bright spot, I guess.
Yeah, it's just things. Look, I'm thrilled to have them on the primetime slate because, again, like you said, they deserve it. They were the hottest team in the NFL down the stretch last season with Purdy, especially, and I like to see it. It's just to have they're the lone team with a game on Thanksgiving and on Christmas. They're the lone team in football. Okay, that's a lot to ask. It really is. But it just goes to show the pedigree that the Niners have, and I guess why they got a big fan base. They got a lot of aura, and it's going to be fun. They got great matchups, especially that Week 16 game on Christmas. Ooh, I cannot wait to be there for that.
Yes. I want to add as well that the Seahawks play the Rams the week before Thanksgiving.
Yes,
the Niners on Week 11 play the Buccaneers. So that
is it Seattle? Is it Seattle home or away?
It is Seattle. Oh, let's check. At Seattle.
Okay, so it's a home game for them. Okay.
The Thanksgiving game. Oh, are you talking about the Rams game? Sorry.
Yeah, is the Rams game?
The Rams game is in LA.
Okay, so that's the flip. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So, yeah, that makes sense for them. Because if it was back-to-back home games, that would be actually like an advantage for them. So now that works. So, yeah, look. These are very winnable games for the Niners. There are a lot of winnable games for the Niners here. It just depends on how the Niners are in form at that time. It really does, because I couldn't tell you right now who the starting quarterback is next year. Couldn't tell you. If Purdy was healthy, then yes, it'd be Purdy. But he's not healthy right now. Okay.
3 weeks.
Did you say 3 weeks?
3 weeks, right? He's gonna start throwing.
Yeah. June 10th is the time I have on him. Look. He's already doing throwing motion with the towel.
4
I
weeks.
will say that. So he's already doing that violent motion of throwing. He's just not doing it with the football, which has a lot more weight than a towel. But you can't rush a guy back. He will be back by week 9, no problem, no doubt in my mind. But week 4 is kind of the stretch they were thinking of. If to give Brock enough time to come back, it would be that week 4 Cardinals game for him to make a full kind of debut back. So it'll be interesting.
Wouldn't that be something if Kyler and Brock come back the same week?
That would be, that'd be popcorn right there, dude.
It would. I mean, that's just it'd be something to.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I mean that's something to consider. I mean,
I don't know where Kyler is at in his recovery. I had to do a little more research to figure out where Kyler is at in his recovery. I know he's making good progress, but then again, you never know. You never know with ACL tears and with running quarterback, especially a guy who's as I don't want to say miniature, but shorter level quarterback, 5'10", 5'11", really relies on his legs to be versatile. And with an ACL tear, especially as bad as it was last year, because it was brutal. It was a brutal tear last year. You were hoping for the best, obviously, for him to come back, but I wouldn't, count your chickens with him being there week 4.
Okay. Take away both. Well, you know what? I will leave everything. What game in the schedule looks like to you a gimme?
A game in the schedule is a gimme?
Yeah. Just the easiest win. Easy win.
Yikes. Hold on. Give me a second.
You can count the Cardinals, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Cardinals. I wouldn't say either of them are gimmies. They play the Niners very hard every year.
Last year, no, they didn't.
I get okay.
Last year they got run over. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably the Buccaneers in week 11.
You think that if we
Probably.
let's go through this? I don't think we've touched on every single game.
No,
so
we haven't.
let's go. Week 1
Sure.
at Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Week 2 in LA against the Rams. Week 3 home against the Giants. Week 4 home
On
against
TNF.
the Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's a Thursday night game. The Giants. Week 5, a big one against
Sunday
the
Night
Cowboys.
Yep.
Sunday Night Football. Week 6 at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Week 7 at Minnesota.
Monday Night Football.
Great game. Week 9 home versus the Bengals.
You mean week 8?
Then we get week 9's the bye. Sorry, I was getting ahead of my. I'm excited about the bye.
I know you really are.
Week 10 at Jacksonville. Week 11 home for the Buccaneers. Week 12 at Seattle. Week 13 at Philly, big one.
Yep.
Week 14. I'll be surprised if that doesn't get flexed to Sunday night. Like, why didn't they make? What other matchup is 13 is taking Sunday night from the Niners Eagles?
Hold on, let me find it for you.
I'll go through the rest of the list real quick though. Week 14, home against Seattle. Week 15 at Arizona. Week 16, home against the Ravens, Christmas Day. Week 17 at Washington. Week 18 to be determined. Could be a Saturday game, but against the Rams.
Okay. So week 13, I'll just say right now, week 13's matchups Sunday Night Football is Chiefs at Packers.
Okay,
it's a good game. Well, could it get flexed? Absolutely, but I don't know because the Niners already have 5.
You genuinely think that's a good game right now?
I mean, it's still Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and it's still Green Bay with the massive fan base. You got to look at the fan base, dude.
Yeah.
It's more than just the quality of the content; it's the fan base thing.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
I personally am shocked that they didn't make that the Sunday night game because it is the best game on the slate, no question about it. Niners, Eagles.
Well, we got our guy. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry, but we got our guy Mitchell in the chat saying that you don't think Washington's a gimme?
It depends on who's starting. If it's Jacoby Brissett, then it's not as much of a gimme if it's Sam Howell.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, them and Tampa Bay are a toss-up. I think I might be slightly more scared of Tampa.
It just depends. If Ron Rivera is still there, then it's going to be a competitive game. If he's not, then it won't. Because Ron Rivera's teams always are competitive. They really are. Like, even last year when the Commanders came here and played, it was a competitive game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like, they have a really good defense. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL, one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. It's going to be a tough sledding for those guards, Burford and Banks and Brendel as well, because Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat are coming off the edge. Chase Young, they got some big boys out there. Like, I was there. Was it week 16 or week 17 last year when they played? Chase Young looks like a different person. Like, he doesn't look like a human. He looks like an alien. Like, he's just a massive, massive person. Like, I'm not totally scared of players when I see him on the field. I was genuinely scared of Chase Young when I saw him.
You were scared. You are. Yeah.
He looks like Predator from Alien versus Predator. Like, seriously, the guy is a menacing character. Like,
so what you're saying is the fans that are going to the Washington game, they should wear diapers, just in case. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that, no, but
it's a preventative measure. I understand. Listen, well, I get. Yeah, he is elite. He's very good. Yeah, he is. He's amazing. He's just a monster on the field.
Look at the chat, Mitchell. But he's. I am not. I am drunk on life, my guy.
Okay, so counter question to my previous question.
Yeah.
What game is a guaranteed loss on this schedule?
Guaranteed loss.
Like, if you had to bet everything you got on the Niners losing, which game would you bet?
Oh, the
Just right now.
Eagles, without a question.
Okay.
Without a question. It's
Okay.
an away game in Philly. The Eagles are going to be up for it because of all the crap they've been talking the last couple months. And look, it's going to be a tough game regardless of the Niners are fully healthy or not. The Eagles just went to the Super Bowl for goodness sake. But that would be the game I'd say would be the most guaranteed of a loss. But there really isn't any game with the Niners, especially that you would say is a guaranteed loss. Niners are just a really good football team, one of the best in the NFC, one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah. That Eagles game though is the game after the Thanksgiving, so they get 10 or 11 days rest.
Yes, which is important.
Yeah,
it's very important
before going to one of the hardest places to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Do you think New England's still like one of the hardest places to play in the NFL?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
Because it was forever.
It was Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It was that combo with him and it was just the Brady factor. I'm not. Teams are not as scared of playing Mac Jones as they were playing Tom Brady, and that's kind of obvious. But look, the Patriots got to show something this year. Otherwise, Bill Belichick could be out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, seats getting warm in New England.
Seats getting real hot there in New England, and Robert Kraft, who is in his mid to late 80s, wants one more ring before we can sail the ship on this era they have.
Maybe that'll make the hot seat will make Belichick smile a little bit since it's so cold there, warming up. That was.
I think he runs cold.
Funny.
I think he runs cold.
Yeah, he's cold blooded. He's
cold blooded. That man's cold blooded for sure. I don't know.
A salamander.
If there were any other game that I'm looking at where I would be like, yeah, it's a guaranteed loss. I have to say.
Don't say Dallas.
No, I'm not gonna say Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas. Never in a million years would I say Dallas. They're gonna win that game.
The Niners.
I would say potentially Steelers week 1.
Guaranteed loss.
That would be the next one.
Not the Bengals.
No, again, they're a slow starting team. They lost to the Bears last year.
Yeah. In a monsoon with a quarterback, But yes,
they couldn't score 17 points in that game. Okay, yeah. The Bears weren't that good. They really weren't in that game. And the Niners failed to have their offense going for some reason. And eventually it worked out because Jimmy Garoppolo knows the offense. And we all know how the story went. And then Purdy came on, and here we are now. But depending on who is starting week 1, because I don't think it's going to be Brock Purdy. I just don't. No, I think it's going to be either Trey Lance or Sam Darnold. And the Steelers are a tough opponent. Mike Tomlin's one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's like the Eric Spoelstra of the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
a great
year. Yeah. I'm seriously.
TJ Watt, good team.
Mitchell just put in the chat thoughts on the Lamar contract. It's a great contract.
Mitchell's not a loyal listener. We've been talking about this for weeks now.
No, I'm not mad at Mitchell.
Emil loves it.
Whether you're a loyal listener or a first time listener, we welcome all listeners.
We forgive you, Mitchell.
We appreciate it. No, thoughts on the Lamar contract. It's a great deal for both sides because Lamar gets paid and he doesn't have to pay any agent fees at 5 years, 260, 185 guaranteed. But he also at the NFL looks at it and goes, we just had an issue with the Deshaun Watson contract. We give him a fully guaranteed deal. We don't want to do that again. So what happens? You give Lamar a slight boost on the paid contract that was the Jalen Hurts, which was 5 years, $255 million. And you still make Lamar happy. So it's a win-win situation. They don't have to pay a fully guaranteed contract, but they got to pay Lamar his money, and they want to pay Lamar anyway because Lamar is a former league MVP. So my thoughts, Mitchell, it's a win-win. Nate?
Yeah, win-win. Lamar wanted to stay there. He got his deal pretty much. Deshaun Watson ruined the market for a while, and he ruined maybe a lot of people's lives too. But,
Well, the Niners will see him week 6 in Cleveland.
Yeah, and I don't know what we're going to get out of the Browns team week 6. They seem really bad, but they have talent in a lot of spots. Can they string something together? I don't know. Deshaun Watson looked horrible last year.
Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the fire's kind of died down with his situation. I don't think people are going to forget, but I do think it's going to calm. I think in sports, it's like, you just kind of keep bringing. it's there, but you just kind of ignore it as time goes on with situations like that.
Yeah. I look. I did chalk up Deshaun's thing to yes, some bad quarterback play, absolutely, because he missed some balls that he would like during that Houston run. He was unbelievable. But I think it was just a lot of rust. He hadn't played football in like 2 years. When you take a whole year off, look at what happened to Le'Veon Bell. He took a whole year off. It was never the same player. Never was the same guy again. We don't know if Deshaun's going to come back and become that all-pro player that he was. He was an all-pro quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. Now that the Cleveland Browns paid him like that because of past experience, hopefully he can at least get back some of that lore, because I want to see Deshaun succeed. Obviously, I didn't like the whole controversy, but the football player, he's a great football player. I want to see him succeed. And hopefully he does that with the Browns, because the Browns have been dying for some sense of quarterback success for a couple of years, since forever. So I'm rooting for the kid. I don't know if he's going to do it, but I'm rooting for the Browns to at least be competitive and competent in the AFC North.
All right, another burning question for you, Amil. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Niners division record last year, they were 6-0 in the division.
Correct.
I predicted they'd go 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be a little more of a toss-up, but they crushed their division, 6-0. What do you think this year? Give me a record.
Okay. Let me just do the math in my head. Yeah. I think they go 4-2. 4-2. I like 4-2. I think they split the games with the Rams and with the Seahawks. I think they sweep the Cardinals again.
Yep. That's exactly what I thought last year.
Yeah, I just don't think the Cardinals are trying to be a serious team this year.
No, they're not. But yeah, things always happen. Sneaky things happen.
True, but
but that's just an educated guess. That's like a fair guess with taking out the chaos of the NFL. I think I'm gonna go 5-1. I think the Rams might grab one from the Niners. Like you said, slow start early. Or it could be that week 18 loss if the Niners are just like don't need position or anything, could throw that game. So I think sweep Seattle, sweep Arizona, trade with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can see it happening. Obviously, I'm a little higher on the Seahawks than some people are, but that's just because the NFC West is I'm not that impressed with overall as a division right now. It used to be a very scary division, and over the last year and a half or so, it's turned into not so much.
I like this a lot better. I like when the Niners are the best team in the division.
Really? You like when the Niners are the best team in the division?
Did you know that?
No, I had no clue from your red and gold jersey you're wearing.
I like when you like the little shirt in the back too.
Yeah.
I like when the other teams are bad. It makes me happy. Yeah. Man, yeah, this AFC North, it's a fun division to play. It's a really fun division to play, and I'm glad we got the Jaguars. And we got
Is fun the right word there?
It's fun. That division is so historically important for the NFL. Those teams are all, there's pure hatred on another level between all of them, and they're fun to watch like any Sunday, any given Sunday. Any of those matchups are good, even if the teams are mediocre.
True.
So maybe the Browns, but now the Browns, like with Myles Garrett smashing helmets on people and them being so controversial, it just
Myles Garrett versus Trent Williams is going to be an absolute show.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun.
Such a show. That's like Godzilla and King Kong fighting.
Yeah.
Like that's seriously. That's what that is. The two heavyweights at their position fighting each other in the trenches for 60 minutes. Yeah. I mean, that's just popcorn ready everything, man. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited for the season? Can you tell?
No.
I'm so excited.
You need to ramp it up. You need to get crazy, Amil.
Ramp it up. I don't know.
Well, that's a good try. That's a good start. It's a good start.
I'll be a little more high. It's May. Look, I'm trying to hold off. Early MVP predictions. Mitchell wants some early MVP predictions. You want all the awards? Mitchell.
Early MVP, huh? I'm going to go on a limb here and say no one on the 49ers.
Yeah, no one on the 49ers.
because it has to be a quarterback. And
Unless Nick Bosa, breaks Strahan's record, then sure.
or McCaffrey. I think McCaffrey would be the. I think they just give Bosa defensive player of the year.
The last running back to win the award
was AP.
was AP in 12. So I don't think the running back's going to win it at all.
Well, that was the last non-quarterback to win it. The last
correct
defensive player was Ray Lewis, right? Am I wrong about that?
No, I thought it was later than that. I thought it was. I could swear it was way before Ray Lewis. It was Lawrence Taylor. It was Lawrence Taylor. It was LT.
It's only been LT and Alan Page.
Yep, Alan Page.
71 and 86.
Yep. Defensive player. Look, none of the Niners are going to win it because probably someone's going to get hurt. It's just kind of how it happens. The Niners injury bug. Knock on wood. But early MVP predictions. Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Derek Carr, the Saints.
Derek Carr and the Saints.
I think Burrow is
Burrow could be
pretty
a good
primed for.
It's one of the three
taking over.
One of the three AFC North heads. Burrow, Mahomes, and Jackson.
Not Jackson.
My three. If we're talking about NFC, Jalen Hurts. I could see Jalen Hurts coming back and being like, "Oh, you don't want to give me the award? Fine, I'll just do it myself and rush for like a 1,500 yards, something crazy. I don't know."
Yeah, he's got a pretty good team around him as well.
Which who knows? Because again, they have such a good team that he might not have to do as much. Because again, he's got not Miles Sanders. He has Rashad Penny back there, DeAndre Swift. I mean, he has people.
Great receiver.
Great, yeah. So I would pick someone like Lamar or Burrow to win the MVP this year. I think it's their time. I think Lamar's going to be hungry and angry, and I think Burrow needs to get his flowers and his respect.
So you think Lamar's going to be hungry and angry and not fat and happy now that he's got a new contract?
He wants to win a Super Bowl. That's his whole goal is to win a Super Bowl for the Ravens. Are you good over there?
I just had a little water incident. I just had to cough. Sorry.
Careful now. I know. I think Lamar is going to be hungry. I really do because he got a lot of slack last season when he was out with the knee injury. He didn't play at the end of the year with them. A lot of is he coming back? Is he getting traded? Is he leaving? Now that all that is put to rest, Lamar is all about competing, trying to win another Super Bowl, and what could come with that if he gets that far? Another MVP for the basically 26-year-old.
All right. Oh shoot! I almost knocked over my light in here. Sorry.
Yeah, you're just being clumsy over there, man. Come on, man.
I got a lot of stuff going on here. We had to prep for this big YouTube live we're doing right now.
We did.
So let's go through last little. Are you pretty happy about the schedule talk? Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, not really. Just again, it's going to be a great season. It's really going to be a great season. I like the games they're playing in preseason as well. Week 1 with the Raiders is just fun. That's just fun for me. Growing up a Raider fan, that's just really fun for me.
I might try to go to that, honestly.
You might go to Vegas for that?
I should try to go to that. I would like to go to that.
Pop off now. And then Broncos at home and then Chargers at home. Again, all competitive teams. And I think playing competitive teams in the preseason is a good thing because it helps you establish your depth and your roster and your rotation going into the regular season. That's important. So, the Niners, it's going to be a lot of fun. They got some bumps, obviously, not the best in terms of just pure scheduling with the road trips. But, you can't complain when you got 5 primetime games and you got a week 9 bye. It could be a lot worse.
Yes. All right. So we're going to go through now and we are going to predict the win-loss ratio game by game. Okay. I'll keep track of both of ours.
All right.
So we know where we're at.
Yeah.
There are 17 games now in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't used to that yet, like me. So let's go through week 1, Steelers at Pittsburgh, 10 a.m., September 10th. How do you feel about this? Win or loss?
Loss.
This is a loss for you.
Loss.
Okay. So I'm going to say this is a win.
Sure.
Okay. Week 2, at the Rams, 105 kick, September 17th.
This is a win.
This is a win. This is a win for me as well. I'm going to say this is a win.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a really tough game, but it's a win.
Okay. Week 3, Giants at home, September 21st. That is a Thursday night game, 5:15 tip. Or kick, not tip. Wrong sport.
There you go. It's a win. It's a win. Yeah.
Okay, I also believe that that's a win. So I got the Niners starting 3-0. A little biased, but okay. Week 4, October 1st, versus the Cardinals, 125.
It's a win.
Okay. I also think it's a win. Week 5, Cowboys, 5:20. This is Sunday Night Football, October 8th.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's a loss.
Okay.
I know. I said. I know. I said
know
earlier.
you said earlier, yeah.
They were gonna beat the Cowboys. I'm just trying to think of when Purdy's gonna be back and where he's gonna be at that point, because if it's week 4, he comes back week 4, right? It's gonna be a feeling out process for him. He's not gonna be 100% Purdy like he was last year, from the start. It's gonna be a feeling out process. There's obviously practice form and there's game form. Game form takes a second to get back. It really does, especially after having a major elbow surgery. So screw it. I'll give him a win.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him a win too, and
yeah.
I'm well aware that I have them at 5-0, and how that comes off. But whatever. I think okay. Next one, week 6 at the Browns. This is a 10 a.m. kick, October 15th. I think this is a loss. I think this is the first loss the Niners face.
That's a loss for me too.
Okay. So right now we'll do a check at the bye week where we're at. Okay. Week 7 versus the Vikings.
This is a win.
It's a win for you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say loss.
That's fair.
I think they dropped 2 in a row.
I can see that too. I really can.
Yeah. So with that said, a monster battle week 8 against the Bengals. This is that Vikings game though was Monday Night Football. So short week against the Bengals, 1:25 p.m. October 29th, week 8. What do you think?
It's a loss.
This is a loss for you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a win for me. All right. Week 9 bye. No one's ever lost the bye so far as I know.
Where are we at in the so far?
Okay, so week 9 we hit the bye. I have the Niners at 6-2. You have the Niners at 5-4.
Okay.
So you have them losing to Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh, the Browns, the Vikings. What is that right? Who'd you have them losing to?
It can't be 5-4. It's 5-3.
5-3, yeah.
Yeah. Can't be 5-4.
Yeah. Okay.
5-3 sounds about right.
Yep. Okay. Yep. All right. Week 10 at the Jaguars. 10 a.m.
Yeah, so here's the thing is that they have 4 early slate games this year, and that can be interesting, especially on the road. It's a loss.
Okay.
It's a loss.
There's that 4th loss. Okay. I will go win coming off a bye. This is a good team. I think it's going to be close, though.
Much can change going as we get close to the training camp, though. So we might have to revisit these.
As we get close to the game, like everything's going to change. But this is just right now. This is right now. What are we feeling? What are we thinking?
Okay.
So this might be our first sticky note.
Yeah.
Week 11 versus the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a home game, obviously, November 19th, 1:05 kickoff.
It's a win.
This was your lock win.
Yeah.
I will also say this is a win.
Lock in. Because I don't think Baker's gonna be starting by this time. I think it's Kyle Trask.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I think either or Niners can beat them both.
Yeah, I really am not that scared. I'm really not that scared.
Okay. Week 12 at Seattle. Thursday night, Thanksgiving, 5:20.
This is the game they lose. Yeah.
This is the one they lose?
Yeah, this is the one they lose.
Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go win again. Okay. Week 13 at Philly. This one is going to be crazy. Hargrave return game. 1:25 on Fox, December 3rd.
It's a loss.
So another loss for you. I'm going to go a loss as well.
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
You can't. Philly's a tough place to play.
December 10th, week 14 against the Seahawks, 1:05. This is home.
It's a dub.
This is a Vic Roy.
They get it back in blood here.
They get it back in blood here. Week 15. I already know what you're going to say against
the
Cardinals.
A lock.
It's Cardinals.
Even if it is Kyler, it's probably a lock. Anyway, sorry.
Things get a little more interesting here. Week 16, Christmas Day, or Christmas night, 5:15 p.m. ABC against the Baltimore Ravens.
This is tough because the Niners historically struggle against running quarterbacks. I mean, just look at Justin Fields last year. Look at Jalen Hurts. I'll
go first. I'm gonna say win in a bloodbath again.
It's gonna be really close.
3, 2, 1.
Win.
Okay.
I don't feel good about it though.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
really
No.
don't.
I mean, yeah.
I really don't.
Washington.
I'm so scared of Lamar. Oh, Washington. That's a win.
Okay. Week 17. Washington at Washington. That's New Year's Eve, 10 a.m.
They get that one for sure.
Okay, they get that one. I agree. And then week 18. This will be my divisional loss because I think the Niners, with the record I have, I think they will be resting guys or just, won't be that important.
I think they need this win. I think by the time they get here, they're going to need this win. So.
Okay. So here's where we're at. I have the Niners at 13-4.
Sure. You
have them at 11-6.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right for both of us.
Yeah. That is I
think 13-4 is the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Maybe 14-3. And I think the floor is like a 9-8.
I'm willing to meet you in the middle there too and drop down to 12-5. A random loss, maybe a loss against the Jaguars or a loss against maybe they don't beat the Bengals or something.
They're the second most traveling team this year. They're traveling almost 30,000 miles. That's a lot of wear and tear on these guys. These big dudes, they're a couple of them are older too. Trent Williams, especially, like the season wears down. There's going to be some injuries. So I would not be surprised them drop a game. You think they're going to win, like the Atlanta Falcon game last year. You think they're going to win that game. They're going to drop it. It happens, which is I have the Browns game they're dropping, which is really funny because week 6 they dropped last year as well. But there's going to be a couple games in here where they're like the Broncos game last year. I'm on Sunday Football. They dropped that game too.
To be fair, it was a real roller coaster first few weeks.
They're slow starters. They really are.
They're slow starters, and they just were a mess to start the season last year. It was chaotic.
It was the injury bug. It really was. Like they went into training camp with like rookies hurt. Like Khalid Davis didn't see the field. Jordan Davis tore his ACL like the first day. Jordan Matthews. And then like Jimmy Ward, basically almost tearing his hamstring. That was terrible.
Emmanuel Mosley, right, too?
Mosley was week 5.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But losing E-Man, I'm still really sad they couldn't keep E-Man. E-Man was awesome.
I think with all that said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up.
We are.
Yeah. Thank you. This is our first time we did this live. I thought it was pretty cool.
Fantastic.
It
was fantastic.
Yeah, I like doing it live.
Yeah, we should do more lives probably. I'm always not on the live thing as much. I got to get better at it, but like I'm so cool with doing it live. You want to do it live sometimes in the future as well.
Yeah, I like to be a little silly goose sometimes. So being live is nice for that.
Yeah,
you could people really get to see how not how annoying I am. Maybe I don't know.
We're just laid back. I'm pretty laid back. You're a laid back guy. We're just chatting about football.
So chill, dude. Except for when it comes to the Niners. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Last thought before we go. The NFL schedule, whoever made them, they ate this year on all the primetime games. Everything about it was fantastic. Everything that the international series makes sense. Everything about the games that are getting featured on national television makes sense. Having a Black Friday game between the Dolphins and the Jets, sign me up. Just sign me up right now.
Is that Friday game? Is that the first time?
Yeah,
no.
First Black Friday
game
ever.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's weird, but I'm here for it. I like it. More football's better.
More football's always better. I like it. So
great. Well, we could wrap things up here, Emil. Check out his articles, sactownsports.com. Always, he doesn't stop writing. He's this man. He's got to take a break, take a nap or something.
I'll take time off at the end of this month. As we get closer to OTAs, I take a little bit of time off going into the June and mid-June possibly. But I'll have 5 intriguing matchups for the NFL as a whole up tomorrow morning, as well as 5 intriguing matchups from this slate we already talked about today. But from the Niners slate, I'll have that up on the website as well. So check it out at Sactown Sports. Follow my Twitter at Emiliano Fregoso for all the latest Niner news and just, fun tweet. I don't always tweet about Niners. I also tweet about basketball, tweet about wrestling sometimes. I tweet about a lot of things, mostly sports stuff, sometimes pop culture. I'm really a bag of tricks here.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm straightforward. I'm a by the book guy, by the numbers guy. So yeah. I don't even have Twitter, to be honest.
You should get Twitter.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I've heard a thing or two about it. Maybe I'll give it a look. Well, that's it though. We'll go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining in. Mitchell, appreciate you.
Shout out Mitchell Hebner, dude. That guy's awesome.
Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell.
Awesome.
Shout out him. Anyways, that's it for us here in the Return of the Empire, Sactown Sports. We'll be back sometime next week, talking rookies, talking schedule, maybe a little bit more, just a little more in-depth Niner stuff. But yeah, till then, peace.